Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We have quite a few people today, so we're going to give it a couple minutes and then Iris will kick us off. Um, and then Jordan, our ops manager, is on this call, but she's going to be monitoring the Q&A for us. So if you have questions, pop them in the Q&A. And we also will be recording this if you have to leave early. So just keep that in mind.
Welcome, everyone. We're just waiting a few minutes so we can get everyone on this webinar. We have a lot to go through today. All right, should we start, John?
I think so. Go for it.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to the ISSA Show North America October Exhibitor webinar. This is going to be our last webinar before the show, which is in 4 short weeks from now. I'm Iris, and John and Jordan are on the webinar today. We have a lot to go through, and we're so excited to provide you guys with all this information. Now, John already said that we are recording this webinar and the slides will be in the Exhibitor Resource Center. There's a lot of information. Let's get going. All right, there we go. Everything you need to know to navigate the show is going to be in this webinar. So let's get started. All right, we always start off with this slide because guess what? We want to make sure you guys know when the expo is taking place. So the expo days are going to be November 19th, 20, and 21st. We have a picture of the floor plan, and I wanted to make sure that everyone knows it's very important to check the current floor plan. I put the link in here, ISSAshowplanner.com. Make sure you guys are familiar with where your stand is and where it is in relation to registration, where you're going to be walking in from Mandalay Bay, and that long corridor, where the food hall is, all where the restrooms are. Make sure your team is aware. Make sure you send the floor plan to your team so they know the lay of the land before they get on site. So again, the trade show days are November 19th, 20, and 21st, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. November 18th and 17th have education and events are going to be taking place during the ISSA show. I also put in here a little overview of the Mandalay Bay campus. So many of you probably haven't seen this before, but in the middle or in the center, you see where it says casino and eye candy. So that is the central lobby of the Mandalay Bay Hotel. So that's where you're going to see some bars, some restaurants. You'll see obviously the casino floor. So if you're staying at Mandalay Bay, the Four Seasons, or the Delano, this area, this green where it says eye candy, that is going to be almost like your central location. So from there, you're going to walk towards the Rhythm and Riff, Citizens, Kumi, Strip Steak. Everyone, attendees and exhibitors, will be walking down this path all the way down, and where you're passing Border Grill and the weddings area. That is where you guys are going to enter the convention center. So please note this. The Michelob Ultra Arena is where the Housekeeping Olympics will be taking place this year. And the North Convention Center, that is where most of the education sessions will be happening for the ISSA show, as well as spotlight events and the Hygeia events. So, and we're going to go over all of that, but I just wanted to give you guys a lay of the land here. This is the pool. There's the Four Seasons, MGM, Mandalay Bay check-in. Foundation room is up here, and Delano is going to be over here. So because this is going to be in the Exhibitor Resource Center, you guys can actually pull this and provide it to your team, so they can kind of get a lay of the land. The next is going to be some key location and tips. So the exhibit hall is Mandalay Bay Convention Center, halls A through D. Registration will be in hall A. We'll show you and go back to, actually, let's just go back to the slide here. Hall A is going to be right here, registration. All right, so BSCAI will also be in hall A for registration. The information desk, that is going to be where Lost and Found is going to be placed. That's the Bayside lobby. So for those of you familiar, once you get into where you see the arches, you're going to walk underneath, and that's where you're going to be in the Bayside lobby, and the information desk will be on the very right side. You'll also see a Whole Food service area that will be on the left side. There's 6 or 7 restaurants there for your team to get lunch during the day. And then of course, you know, we have tons of restaurant opportunities at Mandalay Bay for dinners. FedEx, many of you want to know where the FedEx area, when you go, when you're in that Bayside lobby, you're gonna go to the right, which is the direction to get your badges in hall 8, in hall A. Oh, let me show you where we're talking about here. All right, so you're in this space here. This is the main lobby. FedEx is going to be over here on the bottom right, and then everyone is going to go down the hall and to make a right, and then make another right, and then everyone is going to get their badge here at the show registration. And then everyone's going to go right back out this way. All right. Code check is going to be located by Starbucks at the entrance of the North Convention Center. Each item is $5. Uber Lyft is going to be pickup and drop off will be right outside the Shark Reef entrance. And then security will also be outside Hall A next to FedEx. And then GES, Metro AV, and CDS lead retrieval desks will be found in Bayside Hall A. Now, for many of you who have done this before, the last, especially last year, Hall A is where we had all of these services last year. So that has not changed. And then the Mandalay Bay Exhibitor Service Desk will be located en route to Hall A on that very right side, just past FedEx. So for during move-in hours, those areas will be open from 8 to 5. And then for those that are going to be setting up before registration opens, you will be able to go to security to get a bracelet to get access to the show floor. Now, for those, once you have your badge and you're on the show floor Sunday afternoon, Monday, We often get asked about, can I go in and out after 6 o'clock? So the answer is once 6 o'clock hits, you can stay on the show floor and get your booth ready. You just don't have in and out privileges. And then if you plan on arriving on Monday after 5, please email that request to Jordan King. Email on here. All right, registration. So you guys are doing a fantastic job of registering this year. Please make sure, obviously, that you get all of your staff registered before you get on site. Every exhibitor is given an allotted amount of complimentary booth staff badges. Those badges are for your staff, not your customers or anyone that you're trying to invite that is not working your booth. And then we'd love if you guys wanted to participate in any of the education or any of the events that were taking place. That would be purchasing an all access pass, which is $149 for members and $249 for non-members. If you guys decide on the day of, maybe you get there on a Monday or even on Tuesday, if you want to get the all access pass, you can absolutely do it closer to the event or even on site. All right, so registration, the allotted badges. So for every 100 square feet that you reserve, you get 1 booth staff badge, and then you'll also get 2 additional if you're an ISSA member. You will also, if you're an industry partner, which is an ISSA membership level, you will get 5 additional booth staff badges. And access to exhibitor registration is in your exhibitor resource center. All right, this is just a reminder because we've gone over this for the last 3 months, but the registration process, once you go into your exhibitor resource center and you go to the tile that says exhibitor registration, you are going to log in, or it's going to take you to the page that you're viewing right now. So this is just an overview of the registration process, how much the badges cost and event hours. On the very left side is your menu. So this is where you're going to register your booth personnel. So if you see here, it says badges allotted, which is your complimentary booth staff badges. It says for this example that 3 of them have already been redeemed and that this company has 1 booth staff badge remaining. So it is very easy this year. We are only asking first name, last name, title, and email for your booth staff. And you can make changes as the weeks go on. Sometimes people drop out for a variety of reasons, but you can always replace the person that you put in with a new person. All right. If you are going to be adding the all access pass, this is where you're going to go, where it says on the left side, register for education. So this is where you're going to put the individual person's name in here. After this step, there is a list of all kinds of events that are taking place, and that we would just want to know if this person's going to be attending any of them. All right, guest program. I know I'm rushing through all of this, but you guys are going to have access to all this in the portal. Guest program. All right, so good news is that the guest program does not expire. So let's just say in Sunday before you get on site, you have a customer that wants to come to the show and you have guest passes that you want to give them. You can do that starting at any point. It does not expire. So if someone calls you on Wednesday and wants to get into the show, you can send them a link to your guest passes. We've gotten a lot of questions, so we just want to make sure you guys know who to go to if you have any situations that you need help with. please email client.services@isssashow.com and make sure you CC sales@isssashow.com. We have a lot of staff that is helping with making sure that you guys are taken care of, as well as the attendees. And we want to make sure this is done in a timely manner. So client.services@isssashow.com.
And then one thing, Iris,
yeah.
we did, so you guys know we did kind of, when we initially sent this out, it was a little jumbled. We did send a clarification email yesterday that went out to everybody around like 2 o'clock Central Time. So 2 out, like 12 o'clock West Coast, 3 o'clock East Coast, kind of explaining the process again. This is the number of guest passes you have. Use this. This is your $25 one. It's a really, really well put together email that should make it easier. So just keep your inbox, look for that. So that should help answer those questions as well for you. But again, if you have more questions, reach out to our client services team. Danielle does a really good job.
Yeah. So in that email, it provided you with the instructions for the complimentary guest passes and then the invites that are $25 per person. Now, I wanted to make sure you guys are aware. When you go to the exhibitor registration portal, you do have an opportunity to see who you have invited and if they actually have registered. Now, the only individuals that you will see in there are going to be those that you sent the $25 pass. So if you are looking to know if your guest registered with a complimentary invite, please reach out to client.services@isssashow.com. They will be able to tell you that information. And again, if you have questions, our team is on it and we will be able to answer any questions you have. Just wanted to show you what it looked like again for the guest program, which is the $25 per person pass, expo only. This is what you're looking at when you see it in exhibitor registration. This is the link. All right. I'm sure there's more questions about Reg, but we're going to continue on with lead retrieval. So lead retrieval, many of you are deciding right now if you're going to need lead retrieval, who gets lead retrieval in your booth, what sort of devices, is it on my phone? Lots of questions. So what we have for you today is you will save $85 if you book lead retrieval through our team. So you can do it in two different ways. You can email sales@ISSA and let us know that you want to add the lead retrieval package, which includes 3 licenses. Or you can log in to the Exhibitor Resource Center and you can go to the Increase Your Exposure tile, and it looks like this at the very bottom, and then see where it says Purchase an Upgrade Package. You can actually purchase that lead retrieval there. So 2 options. It's saving you $85, and this is going to be available through or until November 11th will be the last day. And then from then on, you'll just go through your exhibitor registration portal to purchase lead retrieval through the registration company. All right, so show schedule. ISSAshowplanner.com. This is for you as well as your staff to go in, create an account. This has everything you need to know about what's happening during the day, education, what's happening, spotlight events that are taking place. This is where your digital listings are going to be located, where innovation entries are located. So please make sure you create an account. And this is how you create the account. You select My ISSA Show Planner on the menu item, top right, and then you're going to input your email address and a password. Every year, you have to create a new password. So it does not transfer over year. And once you do that, then you'll be able to see all of the information in the planner or in the ISSA showplanner.com. All right, key events. There's a lot going on this week. So just going to quickly cover, very important things. So Monday, November 18th, we have the ISSA show happy hour taking place at 4:30. Now, you have to have an all access pass to go to the ISSA show happy hour. Just keep that in mind. That's going to be taking place in the North Convention Center. We've got residential roundtables. This is a fan favorite. This is always well attended. It's really where in the residential community, there's topics and a moderator at each of the tables, and there's some really great discussion that happens. We have the IHA Housekeeping Olympics that takes place in the evening on Monday, which is also amazing. We had so much exposure last year with this event. Millions of people actually watched it on video. And people attended. It's like I said, it's in the arena. It's really special. There's over 20 teams that compete in housekeeping tasks. And then lastly is our new BSC night shift networking event at the Foundation Room. So this is an event for contractors, and the only way that exhibitors have access to this event is if you sponsor the event. Tuesday on the show floor, everyone is invited to the Emerging Leaders Happy Hour, sponsored by Brady Plus. That's at the Innovation Showcase at 3:30. ISSA Canada Night, that event is back, and it starts at 5:15. It's in the Convention Center. And if you do business with Canada or you are Canadian, it is free for ISSA members. Wednesday, we will also have another happy hour for the facility manager in-house service provider audience. We have almost 500 people RSVP'd already for this event. This is going to be taking place at the Innovation Showcase and Theater. And then Wednesday night, we brought back the ISSA Hygeia reception and awards. And that will also be in the North Convention Center. And then lastly, on Thursday morning, we've got the ISSA's general business meeting, which is open to members. A few more items here, which is our spotlight event. ISSA is giving out a variety of awards on Tuesday morning. We also have the distributor event with Mickey Bergman, networking breakfast for distributors, elevating your skills and elevating your game. So again, if you're looking to attend this event, which we welcome, this event is only for sponsors. So if you sponsor the distributor Ignite package, you get access to this event. And then lastly, we've got the Innovation Award Program announcement. So it will take place on Wednesday at 3 o'clock in the Innovation Showcase right before the happy hour. And then the Industry Choice Award will be announced on Thursday at 12 o'clock. Obviously, this is all in writing. It's all in the ISSA showplanner.com, but I wanted to make sure you guys had this information. Show attractions on the show floor. I mentioned the Innovation Showcase this year. We do have a automation runway in there where any product in the automation and equipment category with the products will all be demoed. We welcome back the ISSA show Sports Bar by Spartan Chemical. Attendees do receive a complimentary drink ticket to be used in the sports bar. We've got the Sustainability and ESG Hub on the show floor. This year, the Safer Choice Awards will be taking place. And it's going to be a huge event. So that's something you can also attend. We also have a new lounge this year, the H2O Refresh Lounge powered by Vector Systems. It's a place where you can meet with colleagues, meet with customers, and they'll be giving out water bottles. And there will be a water bar there, so you can fill up your own water containers. We have the most number of new exhibitors this year that we've had in several years. So we're really excited to welcome all of you. We've got an international pavilion, an Italian pavilion. We've got our clean meat zone where we have a bunch of meetups happening with different audiences. And we, of course, we got our ISSA Experience Hub, residential pavilion, and of course the IHA, a division of ISSA that is an area focused on hospitality and healthcare. Whew, that's a lot of information. And I think I have 2 more slides, and I'm going to pass it on to John. We have a really easy way for both exhibitors and attendees to access all this information. You could actually download the mobile app, which is sponsored by R3. This QR code is fresh off the press. We are still putting information into the mobile app, so every day there'll be more and more information. You'll be able to log in with the email and the password you created for the ISSA show planner. Wanted to let you guys know what registration hours are going to be this year. Very similar to last year. Again, starts on Sunday at 12 o'clock. If you arrive before then, there is a security door and you'll be able to get a bracelet to get access. And obviously, our last day is going to be on that Thursday from 8 to 2. Oh, we have one more slide. Housing. I know many of you have already booked your housing, but here is the latest information. A month ago, I told you there were some hotels not available. We do have more rooms. So please go in and check out what's available if you haven't done so already. And we do have travel discounts. So I wasn't sure. A lot of people, last year was the first year we really had travel discounts. And so we've expanded on it. We've added Avis car rental. I believe we've added Air Canada and United Airlines. So just a really great opportunity. So to save a little bit of money for all of the staff you're bringing. And I do want to mention the BSCAI educational conference that's taking place. Their registration is in the same location as the ISSA show registration. All of their education will take place on the 3rd level. This is very similar to what took place last year. And I'm going to wrap my section up. I'm going to pass the baton to John to kind of talk about everything related to operations and logistics.
All right. So guys, common question we get a lot is kind of what comes with your standard inline or corner booth. And basically that's 8-foot high back drape, 3-foot high wing drape. We put the aisle carpet on here, which is Blue Jay, and then an ID sign comes with the booth. The aisle carpet will be Blue Jay. For your booth, we do require some sort of flooring. So it's not carpeted. You can't just leave it concrete. You can either order carpet through GES. You can ship in your own material. We really honestly don't care. You just have to have some sort of flooring in your booth. So make sure that that's something you keep in mind. We're going to go through on the next slide some of the other vendors so you guys are clarified on that. All right, so this is the official vendor list. I know stuff can get confusing, especially if you're a first timer, so try to make it as easy as possible. If you have booth furnishing needs like tables, chairs, setup labor, freight, carpet, all that, that is GES. GES, that's in your portal, order GES. If you need electrical, internet, catering, that is all through the Mandalay Bay team. So make sure to order that through them. If you have any AV needs, that's through Metro, our partner there. But then we have different things in there with regards to stuff. All this is in the resource section of your exhibitor portal. So give that a good look. I'm, of course, here to help you, sales@issashow.com if you have any questions. But there's a lot of vendors, but those are really the key ones you need to keep in mind. All right, guys. So important deadlines on here. Obviously, some of these have passed already, but really the key one on here, or the key two, the GS Advanced Warehouse opened on October 15th to take freight. The date that that closes is November 13th. Now, the reason you want to ship your freight to the Advanced Warehouse is it is guaranteed to be at your booth. You can obviously ship direct to show site. We're not telling you you can't. It's just this is a good measure to make sure your freight will be at your booth when it's time to set up. And then the other key date on here that's really important is the GS and Mandalay Bay discount deadlines are October 28th. If you take anything from anything I'm saying today, write October 28th down because those are key dates. The prices jump a good amount. So we want to save you guys money and help you out. So October 28th, make sure you'll order everything by that timeline. Metro AVs, if you need a monitor, anything like that, is November 1st. All right. So basically, guys, we have these general forms. This one form that we have in here, we have a big sustainability measure within Informa and ISSA partnering together. So this is going to go to some of you inline booths at the show. It's just a real short job form. It's just a couple questions. If you do not mind answering for us, it really appreciate it. It really helps Jordan out. It helps all of us get evaluated better. So we really appreciate that because we want to create more sustainable events. Um, we wanted to go over this for anybody on here who has a tabletop booth. Products can be displayed, but we do not need, you can't have a backdrop. You can have one little pop-up banner that can sit on the floor. You can put a covering over the table, like a tablecloth. But really, the tabletops, like we provide the materials for you, so we don't want an excessive amount of stuff. So please read through this slide if you are a tabletop. If you have any questions, again, email sales@issashow.com. And then last thing on here, it's very important, is we have got asked about donations. We do have a donation program this year, which we didn't. You see the email on here. Basically, we're some of the charities, we're doing it through the Mandalay Bay. Some of the ones they support are Food Bank, Boy Scouts of America, Goodwill, Peggy's Attic, and St. Jude's Ranch for Children. So we do have a donation program. Make sure to use that email if you're going to do it. But yeah, we're really excited that we have a donation program. I'm sure some of you guys are as well.
I'm going to add to the donation program. So if you guys think you're going to have something, but are maybe not sure, I would go ahead and email this person and let them know, because what that means is that they will add you to a list, and then they're going to have someone come to your booth to evaluate what the items are that you're thinking about sending to donation. So once they come to your booth and evaluate it, then they will provide you with more details on the next steps. So I would just end up emailing them, even if you're not sure, because this is a program that everyone's going to be using, and you want to make sure that you have everything settled by the end of the show. So if you get on the list, beforehand, before you're actually on site, you're going to be in a really good spot to know where that stuff that you're donating is, how it's going to get to the Mandalay Bay. And this is, I put in here a couple of charities, but they literally have a list of probably 25 to 30 different charities that they work with. And so this program has been asked for quite some time as far as product donation. So we hope that you guys utilize it this year.
All right. Sorry. Basically, guys, the targeted move-in map. This is in your resource center as well. Please make sure to look at this because this will give you your date and time that you're going to move in. So give it a look through. Make sure you're aware of everything. If you have any questions, again, email our team or email client services. So we're here to help you guys. But just take a look at this. This is in your exhibitor portal as well. All right. And just so you guys know, this is what your exhibitor resource center looks like when you log into it. The key thing that we really, really try to push everybody to do that not everybody does get a company description, and not everything listed here, but please make sure you fill out your company description in your product categories. These are really important things that our attendees very much use that ISSA show planner site that Iris told you about. So make sure to do your description, make sure to put your product categories, because companies are looking at that, and some years companies just ignore that feature, and it's just a good way to show people attendees are looking for certain types of products. So make sure that everything you guys do is put up there. That's a great piece of advice I can give everybody. The cool thing we have this year as compared to other years is you can add different users. So if you're the primary contact that you talk to me and Iris all the time, but you don't handle any of the ordering, that's totally okay. We can add that person as a user. So you can either email sales@issashow.com or client services@issashow.com, and we can get that person added as a user for you guys so they can go through the portal and add things.
Or you can actually do it yourself by in the portal, in the menu item on the very left side where it says users. All you need to do is go in to where it says users, add new user, and put in their very basic information, and then they will get an email about logging in.
And then again, guys, this is the My Show Planner site. What you're seeing here is an upgraded listing. So this is a highly, highly recommended thing. You'll see it again said in this webinar, because I can't preach it enough how getting a level 1 or a level 2 really benefits you. So as you can see, the images and all that, when you click the plus sign, that means an attendee added you, and you'll get them as an actual lead with all their contact information. So that's why updating your profile and upgrading to a level 1, I feel, and Iris feels, is so important. Again, we have our new appointment setting tool. So now you guys can set appointments with attendees. But the key feature to the attendees meeting with you is you guys have to set your appointment times when you're available. So go into the planner site, make sure your whole team, that's another good point. Everybody on the team needs to create a planner site. So make sure you create an account and then set up your appointments. You can set them for the times you're available. That way, when the attendees go into this site, they see when these team members are available and they'll set appointments. And you guys are kind of at the perfect time right now, because right now we're 30 days out from the show. That is exactly when all our attendees look at this stuff. So that's really what you want to do. So really make sure to go in there and set appointment times. This is a feature that Iris and I worked hard to get added because we hear feedback about it, but we haven't seen people using it very much yet. So please, please, please do this, because we put it, it was kind of a labor of love for us to do this. So please make sure you guys do it, because the attendees call me all the time asking, hey, I want to connect with you guys. So make sure you do this. It's really important. All right, guys. And we still have a few sponsorship things left. So there's really a great way to make some impact here. Our show daily. So our digital show daily goes out every single day, the week of the show. So incredible exposure. And all of those medium rectangles are still available. So where you see Bona on there and those three right there, those are our medium rectangles. This gets sent out every day of the week. We don't do any other newsletter like this. So we already sold the articles, but the medium rectangles give you great exposure as well. So highly, highly, highly recommended if you want to get in on it. The mobile app. So our mobile app, as Iris mentioned, is sponsored by R3, who we're very thankful for. But also, like, there's push notifications and rotating banners at these 1750 cost points. So now that the app is live, which you go download in the App Store if you need to, and we highly, highly encourage that as well. You can obviously buy a rotating banner ad, a push notification. This is a great way to draw people to your booth, get some more traffic, as everybody uses our app is highly, highly used on this show. So really low cost option to bring some more exposure. Meter boards. We did sell a couple more of these this week. These are some great placements still available for these. We have some show floor placement or in the public spaces. Great way to get some exposure. A lot of companies do some really creative things with these. Put some QR codes, create some activations. So really good low cost option that our team can still do at this point in the process. All right. And Iris had mentioned these before, but we have our Ignite packages. And, this is our BSC night shift event at the Foundation Room. If you have never been to the Foundation Room, it is kind of the best view in Vegas, in my opinion. So we're going to be hosting our BSC night shift event in there. We already have Gopher Parts, Neilfish, Spartan, and Ameripolish as sponsors. If you want to get into this, you can get in at the low package of the 2,850 for a supporter. That gets you two people that have access. If you want to do the spotlight for 7,500, that'd make you a bronze sponsor as well, and that give you five passes. All right, and then we mentioned this before, but our distributor breakfast that Wednesday morning, this is part of our distributor track. Same two type of cost points. Our sponsors: American Dish, Charlotte Products, Diversity, Attorney Technologies, Faultless, Gopher Parts, and TMA Chemnet. This is Mickey Bergman. Iris kind of glanced over it, but this is such a unique speaker that we have never really had at our type event. He has negotiated. He's a high leverage stakes negotiator, been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. The whole Brittany Griner incident a couple years ago, Mickey had a huge influence in getting her back to this country, and is very involved in any of the Iran, Gaza Strip. So a lot of hot button issues in the world right now he's involved in. So his advice and his business strategy, and we have a video on our social media right now where he did an interview with Jeff Cross. So really gives you some good insight into him as well. So highly recommend sponsoring in some way because he's going to help your business, and it's really unique and different that we've never had before. Meeting hubs, we're bringing this to your attention because we always get requests about this time of year. And honestly, it's down to about 3. So we're getting down to the limit. So if you really need one, or a last ditch, or you think you might need one, please reach out to me or Iris in the next week and a half because they probably will be sold out. So just don't wait till the last minute because we don't want to tell you that we don't have any left. So if you think you need it, please reach out to us in the next week or two.
All right.
All right. And you probably have seen me messaging some of you the last couple days because it's very important. And Iris has been sending stuff as well. Our booth selection for 25 is taking place again next year. Our show is a week earlier, November 10th through 13th. So not competing with F1. I'm sure everybody loves that news. What we're doing right now is we have sent you out the application link. Right now, you are selecting your size. What we do once we get your size is we build a floor plan off the sizes. Then we will send you a selection time for when we'll do it. We're doing the top 75 the week before the show, our first 75, and then the rest of you will get a selection time on site. As you see our times there, 12 to 5 on Monday, 9 to 5 on Tuesday, 9 to 5 on Wednesday, and 9 to 2 on Thursday. We will send you an email with your exact little 15-minute time slot. So keep in mind of that. The key thing in all of this, though, is to make sure you fill this out by October 25th because that allows us to make sure we give you the best time possible for yourself. And the thing about it is, guys, is we are not extending our early bird pricing deadline. It is expiring on November 23rd. We are jumping to the next rate. So that's a very key thing because you get some really good savings and save a lot of money if you book early. That's why we do this process, and we want to help you guys, but we're not extending it past November 23rd. So the key date on here is to make sure you fill out the application by October 25th. We'll build the floor plan. We'll send you your invite time. And then Iris will give calls that week of that November 11th week. And then the rest of you will have a time at show site, November 18th through the 21st. All right. And now our questions. The last one that we pretty much answered all of Myers, but the last one we have is To join the distributor breakfast, all you would have to do is do the supporter package. So if you just want to do the supporter package, that gets you into that distributor breakfast. Diana, I'll send you a link for your 25 booth email right after this call. Give it like 30 more seconds. Anybody else have anything else? Pump it in the Q&A and we'll answer.
Looks like we got one.
Got it, Steve. So basically I think you mean on-site booth selection. With the booth selection time, so basically, like we said, you fill out your application, we build the floor plan, we send you a time to pick your booth. And we're doing 75 before the show. We're only doing that because it's a tight window. So we have to do some before the show. And then the rest of you will pick on site and you will get a 15-minute window. We will send you that time. You come to the sales office, we look at the floor plan. It's me, Iris, and a team of people, and we'll help you pick your booth and we'll go from there.
And we'll be sending out those appointments, I believe November 6th. So all appointments, including the phone appointments, as well as the on-site appointments. Now, some of you might be in the middle of setting up your booth, or your representative who selects the booth may not be on site. That's okay. All you would need to do is give us a phone number and we can schedule that meeting to take place within that time frame that we book your meeting. So that you can just include in the application, or you can just send an email to sales@isssashow.com letting us know who will be selecting the booth space, their name, and their phone number.
Yes, Meredith, you can still sign up for an appointment. We'll give you a time. So if you're in the show this year and you don't pick a booth, we will send you a time regardless to pick. And if you don't go during your time, that Thursday is when you should come to the sales office to pick your booth.
I think we have a few more questions.
Someone asked, I don't know exactly who it is, but if you have a meeting hub, yes, your hub comes with table and chairs, but if you need beyond the requirements that are in there, you do have to order from GS. And then Michael, you asked about shipping charges. That would be on the shipping stuff. You just need to get with GS. So their phone number is in the resource center and they can clarify all those shipping charges and things for you. Think we got it all. That was it.
All right. Obviously, if you have more questions, just please reach out to us. I thank you for bearing with all this information. It could be very overwhelming given that it is 4 weeks to the show. But we are here to support you and to make this show a success. So thank you guys for participating in this webinar, as well as all the other webinars we've done throughout the year. And we're here to help. So we've kind of given you a bunch of contacts to reach out to based on the issue, but you're always welcome to reach out to us directly. So enjoy your weekend, everyone, and thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you in Las Vegas.
And we'll send out this recording either later today or Monday, guys, but we will get it out as soon as we have it.
Absolutely. All right, take care.
Bye, guys.
All right. I think we're good.
You good, Kylie?
Yep, I will end it if you guys are all good.
Yep, good.
Absolutely.
Okay, bye. See you later.
Bye,
See ya.
guys.